everybody. Today I'm going to be reading Chapter 1 of The Clique by Lisa Harrison. The Clique. The Block Estate, The Kitchen. 10:49 p.m. August 31st. Massey, wipe that confused look off your face, Massey's mom, Kendra said. It's very simple. You're not going. Massey Block flicked the tiny bell that dangles from her gold charm bracelet over and over again. The hollow pings were the only sound she could make. Unless, of course, she waited to be accused of interrupting her annoyingly polite mother, which she didn't. She wanted to win the argument they were having, but I have plans, and it would be rude if I broke them, Massey said. Right? I mean, you all have always told me to honor my engagements. She made air quotes just to remind her mother that the rule was hers in the first place. Massey looked to Father William for backup, but he just sipped his tea and continued reading the latest copy of Westchester magazine. I told you about this weeks ago, Kendra said. She spoke very slowly and enunciated every word. In much the same way she talked to Inez, their live-in housekeeper. Your father has been good friends with Mr. Lyons since college. They're moving to Westchester all the way from Florida so that Mr. Lyons can work for him. And while they are looking for a home of their own, they'll be living in our guest house. And as for our daughter, it's important that you're here to greet them when they arrive. Why? Massey narrowed her eyes. They're Dad's friends, not mine. Kendra shot her husband a desperate look across the table. William stayed focused on the magazine. Well, they'll be your friends soon enough, Kendra said. Well, no. Claire is starting the 7th grade on Tuesdays too, so you can have plenty to talk about. What, like math? Massey snapped. You can always invite her to join in on your plans, Kendra suggested. Then you won't miss out on anything. Impossible. We have had these appointments for weeks. We can't just call up the spot and add another person last minute. Massey looked away. Not that we'd not want to. Then it settled, Kendra said. Inez will have brunch on the dining room table tomorrow at 1:15 p.m. Don't be late. Massey turned and stomped out of the kitchen. Her black pug Bean scurried across the floor, trying to keep up without getting too close to Massey's deadly 3-inch mules. When they got to the staircase, Massey leaned down and scooped up the puppy with one hand. Normally she took off her heels before climbing up the steps because of the delicate high-gloss finish in the woods, but considering the circumstances, she chose to leave them on. Every floor-scuffing step would pay her mother back for destroying the Labor Day plans she had with her 3 best friends. When she got to the 2nd floor, Massey kicked off her shoes and padded across the plush carpet straight into her bedroom and slammed the door behind her. Don't slam, came Kendra's voice over the intercom. Massey looked at the white speaker by the bed and rolled her eyes. Everything in the waiting room was white. The leather chase by the bay window, the sheepskin rug, the painted brick walls, and the dozen fresh tulips. Her flat-screen Mac. Her friends called it the iPad. She designed it that way after she stayed in the presidential suite, the Mondrian in Los Angeles. The only color in the enormous hotel had to come from the decorative green apple in the middle of the white marble coffee table. She loved how crisp and orderly everything looked. Just the other day, she read in a British gossip magazine that purple was the official color of royalty, which explained the brand new mauve Calvin sheets on her bed, but she was hoping to buy more in the Queen's color during her Labor Day shopping spree, but that was no longer an option. Massey lifted her dog in the air so that their eye could meet. Bean, tell me this isn't happening. Bean blinked. Missing on tomorrow could stunt my social growth for the rest of the year, Massey said. Bean licked Massey's thin wrist. She loved the taste of Chanel No. 19. Everyone will have a fresh batch of inside jokes that I won't even get. I have to smile like a good sport while everyone laughs and says, okay, you just had to be there. Massey shook her head vigorously, as if her mind was an etch-a-sketch that could erase thoughts like it did. You know that Dylan will buy the YSL lift markers I put a yes sticker on and Lucky. And you want to know why this is happening? Massey continued. She didn't wait for Bean's reaction, so I can meet some girl from Orlando who's going to be living here for a year. I mean, what's the urgency? She's not going anywhere. Massey paused and searched her brain for a reasonable explanation. Unless, of course, she has a life-threatening illness. Be nailed. And if she does, why should I get attached? Massey ripped the itinerary she made for her plans that detailed everything she had planned for their day of beauty. She stood above her trash can and let the scraps of paper fall through her fingers like snowflakes. She could see the words like spray tan, eyebrow wax, or aromatherapy had been torn away. Bergdorf's was still intact. Massey collapsed on her bed and stretched out her arm toward the night table. She grabbed herself and hit 1 on her speedo. The girl on the other end picked up after the first ring. Hey, Alicia said. Hold on, I'll get Dylan, Massey said. K. Massey pressed 2 and pressed send. Dill? Yeah, hold on, I'll get Kristen. Massey pressed 3. Hey, Massey, Kristen said. Hey, Alicia and Dylan are here too, Massey said. What's up, Kristen said. She sounded nervous, like she was gonna get blamed for something she didn't do. I can't go with you guys tomorrow, Massey blurted. Yeah, right. No, I'm serious. You're not gonna believe this, but I have the flu. It came out sounding like I have the flu. God, you sound so awful, Kristen said. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't go, Dylan offered. We can just come over and take care of you instead. What? Not go? Alicia snapped. I mean, Massey, what exactly is wrong with you? Maybe we can help. Fever, headache, stuff of those. You know, the usual. Massey added a stiffening. Perfect. Dylan's right. We'll bail, Kristen said. It won't be the same without you. Who's gonna squeeze my hand when I get my eyebrows waxed? Who's gonna tell me when I look fat when I try stuff on? Dylan asked. The mirror, Alicia said. Kristen lifted a famous Rhapsody female cackle. Massey, please don't leave me alone with them, Dylan joked. Massey smiled with relief. They wanted her with them. They needed her with them. And that, as always, was that mattered. But she also knew how quickly they could change their minds. You all go. I want to hear every detail of what happens. Every single one. So that was the first chapter of The Clique, and watch tomorrow to see the second.